Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
I'm Ian Tidswell. Starting off news this evening, local MLA Garth Roswell is set to wrap up a 5-day trip to Portland, Oregon. The MLA for Vermilion Lloydminster Wainwright is attending the Pacific Northwest Economic Region Forum along with other government MLAs. The forum brings together legislative and private sector leaders from Western Canadian jurisdictions and American states such as Idaho, Montana, and Alaska. The Alberta delegation's focus will be on promoting trade investment and energy security. In a statement, Roswell says this opportunity to strengthen relationships with partners is critical, and he looks forward to sharing the positives of Alberta. Bilateral trade between Alberta and U.S. states in the Pacific Northwest totaled $16.9 billion last year. Now it's time for the Pet Project with Abby St. John.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for another edition of Pet Project, and today we have an adorable puppy named Coraline. Now, she is a bit on the crazier side, but she's a puppy, so that is, it comes with the territory. So can you tell me a little bit about her story and how she came to the SPCA?
Yeah, so she was just found running around out of town there. We've had her for quite some time now. I'd say about a month to 2 months now we've had her. She's about a 4-month husky mix for sure. Not 100% sure what she's mixed with, but definitely husky in there. She has a lot of energy. She still needs quite a bit of training. So yeah, she would probably do best in a home with somebody with patience. I think with the right training though, she could come a long way. She's not a stupid girl. She's very smart. She just doesn't listen very well yet, but yeah, I probably wouldn't do younger children either. I think 10 and older would be okay, you know, somebody who understands boundaries and is willing to, but I feel like if you got under 10, there's a good chance she'll knock your little ones over or be a bit nippy. Yeah. We're working on the nippiness right now.
And that comes with, again, with the territory, with being a puppy, and, you know, huskies are very energetic dogs, so it also makes sense, but she's definitely, she doesn't show those signs of aggression. It's more so just playful and doesn't know her own size or her own strength either, because she has jumped up a couple of times and almost knocked me down, but that's okay. And would you recommend maybe a home with bigger yards and like more space too?
Yes, absolutely. She's got a lot of energy, so I mean, the bigger the yard, the more you can wear her out, and then, you know, she's a little less full of energy. So yeah, no, I would definitely recommend a bigger yard. You know, an acreage would be ideal. I have a feeling that if she gets bored, she's going to be ripping up everything in your house. Again, like you said, it comes with being a puppy. She probably is teething, so that doesn't help anything. But yeah, Coraline will need to go to somebody who's willing to take the time to work with her and teach her some manners.
Of course, and you don't know what she's mixed with. You just know that she has a bit of husky.
Yeah, definitely the husky, according to the markings. But yeah, she was found running around out of town, so she can be mixed with anything, right? You see a lot of mixes with shepherds and labs, those kind of things. So. And
going on kind of like the stray topic, have you noticed any more influx in strays, whether it be cats, kittens, dogs?
A little less kittens this time around. We're still getting cats on the daily. Not seeing as many kittens. Unfortunately, with the weather dropping like this, you know, it is quite scary, the animals out there. So if you do see an animal in distress or anything like that, even in -50, if you see an animal outside, just give bylaw a call, and then they'll be able to come and try to see if they can catch the cat. Because unfortunately, in -50, you know, you're losing ears, you're losing tails. It doesn't take no time at all for those to fall off, so.
Now, coming up this week, we've been talking about it for a while now, and it's an event that you guys put on every single year, and it's a chance for people to see more of the animals that you have. You have your jail and bail coming up this week, which is super exciting because it's your first year back doing it the normal way, plus you're doing it at the new building. So tell me a little bit about that. You also have a raffle going on as well.
Yeah, so it's this Friday. We are actually going to be having it at our new shelter, which we are extremely excited. It's not quite done yet, but I mean, it's enough that we can get in there and as well show the public a little bit of the progress. I think people will be pleasantly surprised with how far along it's come. So yeah, that will run 7 to 7. We'll have our jailers locked up. We'll also have a silent auction going on. You'll be able to go to the website and bid on things. We've got a lot of great items. All the local businesses here in town have been so generous with everything. I believe last time I checked with my girl doing the silent auction, she said we already have over 50 items. And then, yes, we're doing a raffle this year. So one of our staff members, she ended up reaching out to WestJet and getting 2 tickets donated to us. So we are actually raffling them off. It's WestJet, 2 round-trip tickets anywhere WestJet flies. I mean, there are blackout dates, but yeah, so it's $75 for 1 ticket or 2 for $100, and there's only 2 for $100, and there's only 200 tickets. So your odds are pretty good.
That's very exciting, able to get that big prize. I know that's going to bring a lot more people in, especially when they hear anywhere that WestJet flies.
Exactly.
That's very exciting. Now, on the actual day, if somebody does want to donate, how can they do that so they can kind of get prepared for the day of?
Yeah, so you can either go right on our website. We're going to have a link there. That's probably honestly the easiest way, but we will be taking phone calls. So if you want to call in and give, we can take credit card over the phone. And then, yeah, or you can stop in the shelter here and donate, as well as I believe we're going to have some sort of payment method at the new shelter. So either stop by this shelter or the new one, and we can take payment that way as well.
Awesome. And again, same as every week, is there any specific donations that you're in need of, or just stuff in general?
So yeah, again, always food, blankets. Also, if anybody has any like space heaters kicking around their house, it is quite cold in here. Unfortunately, we can't fix all the cracks in the building. So if anybody has any extra heaters as well as extension cords, we can always use that.
And of course, you still have your Amazon wish list as well that people can use. Yes,
absolutely. And if people aren't sure about the food they want to buy for us, it's all listed on our Amazon wish list. As well as if you don't want to leave the house in this cold, it's the perfect way. You click a couple buttons and it comes right to us.
Awesome. Well, hopefully Coraline finds her forever home and she gets to run out the rest of her days in a big yard with a happy family, and hopefully gets over the nipping, which I'm assuming she's only 4 months old, so that's going to go
pass with time.
It will, especially if she's in a good, stable environment as well. So thank you so much for joining us again this week, and Coraline, I wish you the best of luck. Crazy.
Thank you.
Pet Project is sponsored by the Pet Pad. For total pet care, think Pet Pad.
It was a special day at Rendell Park Elementary today, where one teacher's kindness was recognized and celebrated with pizza. I have more.
Surprised. My vice principal said we had a meeting, and then I was in the classroom and Mr. Gallagher said, I need your grade 6s to set up the gym for the Christmas concert, which is coming up. But then I saw Amanda, so I knew right away what was happening.
Stephanie has been sharing the Wilhuck Beef Jerky 12 Days of Giving with her students for a few years now. When Amanda Wilhuck found out, things started coming together.
Once we got in contact with the school and the principal was so on board, I was like, how about we bring the Grinch and we bring pizza? And he was like, oh my gosh, this is getting big and bigger and bigger. And that's just how the 12 days roll.
The Grinch and pizza made the day fun and exciting for the children, but the real gift is continuing the kindness and education.
Amanda and Trevor gave a check for $2,000, so this is going right to the Lloydminster Hub of Healing. And they help less fortunate people, people who are homeless, maybe facing drug addiction issues or mental health issues. So I've arranged for those presenters to come on Thursday morning to talk to our grade 6s, so they'll get a pleasant surprise. They'll leave with a $2,000 check. So just inspiring everybody to give. It's just amazing.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
We spoke to Dave Perro, principal of Lashburn High School. Here's that.
Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Dave Pirro, principal for Lashburn High School. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Dave.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Of course, no problem, because Lashburn High School, you are having a 50-50 fundraiser. Now, is this an annual fundraiser, or is this the first year that Lashburn has had this?
It's the first time we've done a school level 50-50. It's actually a committee made up of some staff members who are also parents, but we're doing this to support a playground renovation of some old tennis courts into a community space.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I was just going to ask what the proceeds were exactly going towards, but why has the school decided to start raising for this in the committee?
Well, things have changed with funding for playgrounds. Anything on your school grounds is now up to the schools to come up with funds themselves, and so this renovation is meant to be a usable space by anyone in the community of Lashburn. So we're just looking at funding the project any way we can, and so came across the idea of running online 50-50, similar to those big Oilers 50-50 draws that are so successful. So we thought maybe this is a way we can bring in some funds and have people support the project.
And when exactly has this 50 started up, and when does it end?
So we actually have a license to do 7 consecutive months of 50-50s, and they will begin ticket sales began for this month on December 1st, and we will draw on December 31st at noon, and then we will start a January 1 the next day. So ticket sales will be open all month for the month of December, and then repeating all the way until our final draw in July.
Perfect. And I know it just kind of started up, you were saying, for December, but how has that support been so far? And even before it started up, with the responses from the community?
In terms of the project itself, we have the support of the school division because it is their land, but they've allowed us to use it for a community level project. The town of Lashburn and the RM of Wilton all have letters of support for this project. In terms of the 50-50, so far in the first 6 days, I think we're somewhere around $600-700 for the jackpot. So we'd really like to have our school and community members, share that link as much as possible, put it out on their social media, because we have a maximum jackpot available each month of $50,000, which would mean $25,000 to the winner. So hopefully someone's looking for a little Christmas cheer and can stuff their stockings with some cash.
And before we kind of get into more of the info for where people can find it, online and whatnot, why do you believe it's so important to be able to raise for this and to just have this for the community in Lashburn?
Yeah, so this tennis court area has been around since the 80s, and at one time it was very actively used, but it's since gotten a bit run down and is a bit of an eyesore. So we have the idea of putting in several things. The project entails an outdoor classroom. It entails a community garden with raised planter beds, and it has a basketball court with rubberized surface, security lighting, etc. So we feel like it would be a huge addition to the community of Lashburn, usable space not only for our students during the school day, but also the community in the evenings and on weekends, and would just be a great addition to the community, we're still a growing community, and would be a nice thing for the town.
Perfect. So I really hope you do see that strong support when it comes to this 50-50. Seems like it's going to be a lot of good stuff with it, and you'll be seeing that good support. I'm sure you will. And lastly, of course, where can people find more information, just so they want to check this out more online?
Yeah, so on Lashburn High School's Facebook page, there's a link. We also have QR codes posted all over town, and we've asked our school community members, our parents, to send that link out by email as much as possible. You can also go to the raffle box website and actually just look for Lashburn High School, and it should come up as an active draw.
Oh, well, perfect, Dave. I really hope this helps get the word out and you see some more support. But it sounds like you're already seeing some strong support, and I think it's going to turn out really great. So thank you so much for giving us your time today, and good luck with everything.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me.
In hockey news, the Lloydminster Bobcats are back at home once again tonight for a tilt against the Spruce Grove Saints. This is the first time these two teams face each other at the Civic Center since October 4th, when the Saints scored in the final minute to win 3-2. The Bobcats know these games have a little more meaning to them due to it being a divisional matchup.
Lloyd and Spruce Grove is becoming one of the biggest rivalries in the North Division, and we don't like them. I don't think they like us. And we look forward to playing them again and hopefully getting 2 points off of them.
Puck drop for tonight's game is set for 7 p.m.